And hello and welcome back to another day of the ECC. I believe it's week 6, I'm not quite sure, but my name is Broken and I'm joined by a grey beard. How are you?
Broken, I am very well. Pressed into service tonight, my first cast in this tournament. So very excited to be here, to be involved in any night. Well, listen, I'm spending most of my days indoors, as have many of us for the last year. So if I can spend that time watching some competitive Rocket League, fabulous. If I can be casting the 4th and 5th teams in a league, even better.
Yeah, you've mentioned it. I like your enthusiasm, man. You bring up so much heat already. Like we haven't even started, and I'm hyped right now. Yeah, you just put up the speech, and I'm hyped.
Well, you know what? There's always the question about. Do you have to be good at Rocket League to be able to cast Rocket League? And my view is I'm terrible at Rocket League. I get excited. It makes me a good caster because everything I'm seeing, I'm genuinely excited about because I can't do it.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah. So these two teams, we were talking briefly about their win-loss record. You've got that information. I know they're very close in the table, so a lot to play for both of these teams.
Yeah, in theory, they're really close together. For Templar Academy in 4th place and Team Luxembourg in 5th. However, for Templar Academy won 3 out of their 3 games already, and Luxembourg dropped 3 games already. However, they won 2, so it might not be that close as it seems. However, we'll see. We'll figure that out.
So Team Luxembourg a couple of games ahead at this point, but then still relative. What we're almost halfway through the league. So this would be a good time to get some wins under the belt and start making a play for those playoff positions. So this is not just it's not just ordinary. These are important games coming up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's for Luxembourg to somehow still reach that 4th place to get into that playoff spot, and for Templar, it's just keeping their clean sheet and trying to actually grab the 1st place today to secure that upper bracket spot in the playoffs later on.
It's a tough place to be when you have an unbeaten record. The more games you go unbeaten, the more pressure there is because now you become the unbeaten team, and it gets hard to hold on to that, and that can play tricks with you mentally in terms of playing hard and playing proper to keep that win streak going.
Yeah, the pressure is on for Templar Academy today for sure. So we might see an upset from Team Luxembourg today. However, yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm a big fan of the underdogs. So it looks like on paper, in theory, Luxembourg are the underdog team. So I'm throwing my support behind them. I think they're going to rise to the occasion and surprise and knock for Templar off their unbeaten perch.
I stand behind that. Statistics don't lie, and I believe that Luxembourg can pull off one game. However, Academy is going to win this, so it's 3-1 for Academy.
That is the most German thing I've heard you say, and I've only known you for about 10 minutes. But fair enough.
Fair enough.
You're all about the numbers and logic, yeah. And I'm all about which is not a bad thing to do. You tend to make better decisions that way. The passionate and enthusiastic among us don't make very good decisions, and they put their money behind the wrong horse. But there is always hope. So let's see how they come. So you putting them down for a 3-1?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Why not? It's gonna be a game 5 thriller. That's what I think.
Well, we prefer not to, because we have still another game going on after this one. So that might be a bit tiring after all. So nah.
Well, in that case, for Templar Academy, if you could take it in a sweep, because we've got a schedule to keep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're close to getting underway. It looks like we have a team in the lobby, and then I guess as soon as the other one's there, we can get going. But maybe we throw forward to a little bit later, because coming up after this series, we of course will have one more series on stream, and that's going to be Raw Esports versus Disconnected Esports. And they're a little bit more distance between these teams. It's first place up against seventh place. So esports, Disconnected Esports, kind of low down there, kind of fighting to get a higher place up on the league, whereas Raw Esports, they are running riot in their division right now and will want to continue. So that'll be an interesting matchup. Certainly, the one we're about to see is a little closer than what's coming up in an hour.
Yeah, but maybe I tease you, so because of that, you might know my prediction for the next game already. But
okay, well,
we'll come to that.
And you know what, Broken, again, I've known you for all of 10 minutes, but I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to put my weight behind Disconnected Esports. They are going to pop off after a few bad weeks and some tough results. They're going to go out there and bleed their hearts out on the arenas and overcome and walk away with a massive upset and overcome Raw Esports.
You'd be liking those upsets, aren't you?
We live in hope, Broken.
Yeah, we do. Or at least one of us does.
You took the words out of my mouth. Definitely one of us, and maybe we'll leave it up to chat to decide which one of us is that one, and which one of us is going to make good decisions.
Well, in the end, it's just up to the players, I guess. So I'm hoping that the other team will join, but we're still waiting for them. So.
Well, this is the life of a caster. We live in hope that a scheduled game will start on time.
Yeah.
But if not, we just get to keep talking. We just get to keep talking and fill our time. So I asked you, just as we were going live, I asked you where you were in the world, and you didn't have time to answer. So since we're here and we got half a minute to fill, where are you in the world, Broken?
Yeah, I live in Germany, pretty close to Cologne. So I'm single, by the way. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm single. So if there are any pretty Rocket League girl players, hit me up.
Okay, with respect, you've just narrowed the field. They have to be in Germany, live near Cologne, be pretty, be girls, and play Rocket League. That's so you've narrowed the field.
That's like 0.1% maybe. Population. But hey, you told me that I have to keep up my hopes, right? So
it's beautiful to see, Broken. Beautiful to see. Well, it looks like we have two full teams in the lobby. We are going to get some competitive Rocket League. This is excellent. Let's go, Commandos. It's howling time.
Finally, man. I was tired of talking like some nonsense, but finally we're up to some good Rocket League.
And away they go. Look at that, a rusty cow. I love it. All right, well, very early pressure here from Luxembourg. So maybe they want to come out swinging. Put Fort Templar on the back foot immediately. But we'll see how long they can keep it up and how long it lasts.
It's now DRC trying to get something for his mate. However, it's just a clean pass onto the opponent, and Lois Raptor will just score that open net.
Look at this. Oh, DRZ making a bit of an error there, and the open net being snatched up. And there we go. Team Luxembourg, the underdogs, on the board already. 23 seconds gone.
Yeah, but it's only 30 seconds gone, right? So plenty of time to come back from this. Loris Raptor, however, trying to get something going. Flicks over the first opponent for Kure, however, he was not there in time. Now it's up for Sor to keep up that pressure, trying to find the center onto Loris Raptor back, who continues to aerial. Gets the flip reset actually, however, D-Lynch with a clean save, and well, I'm kind of surprised of Luxembourg's performance so far here.
Broken, I'm liking what I see from this team. They have, it looks like to me they've spent a bit of time in scrims and warm-up. They're looking very strong. Fort Templar at the moment, being a bit slow to get into this game. They are the ones facing most of the pressure right now.
Yeah, and as you've mentioned it, however, there was a chance, however, the shot was really poor. Now Kuro trying to find a double tap off that ceiling, and Raptor with the back flick now. An awkward situation for Server. It's DRZ to put it far. However, it's once again Raptor getting this clean, and it's an up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster moment right there, because both teams are just booming it onto the net.
Oh, look at this!
Yeah, it's working, man.
No, they've definitely come out here with a plan. I like what they're doing. They're moving around very well. They're touching the ball well. They look threatening when they go forward. And here we go. Team Luxembourg, 2-0 up. Game 1, and yeah, we haven't even got through half the game yet. So, of course, plenty of time for Fort Templar to settle down and start getting into this game. But so far, they've been pushed back on the defensive, Broken.
Yeah, and they're looking surprised right now. It seems like they thought it would be an easier game for them. However, Luxembourg just put on pressure early on, and they went off the lead and continued with another goal. So they're the ones to step up right now, because if not, then it's just a good first game from Luxembourg.
Yeah, and so far so good for them. And they, when they're going forward with purpose. You know, they're not just booming wild. I mean, there's a few times where they are, but by and large, it looks like they've got a plan when they're going forward, when they hit the ball and where they want to go and how they want to follow it up. And it's working well for them so far. But Rocket League, as we all know, watching this game, playing this game, one little strange bounce, one strange pinch, and it can all turn around.
Or one little bump, yeah. It can be so easy, right? Like, you get one bump off the goalie, it's an open net once again. This time it's Sora scoring, and it was Loris Raptor once again, making it an easy play for his mates. So, a 3-goal lead already, yeah.
Yeah, they've come out to play. They look really good, really solid, and a very good performance from them in game 1. Oh my word! But maybe that is the change. That's where the momentum now shifts. There is still time, but what a shot! The pass from DRZ picked up by Dash, and what a banger, Broken! 144 k's an hour.
And that might be just a glimpse of what Templar Academy is capable, right? We've seen like such a fast counter-attack right there, so it's not over yet.
Not by any means, and it does look like something has changed with the Fort Templar team. They suddenly seem a tiny bit faster, a little more urgency when they're approaching the ball. D. Lynch now down into the middle, and they look like, well, they've pushed Fort Luxembourg, beg your pardon, Team Luxembourg back, and now they're stuck in their half, which hasn't happened all game.
Yeah, it's not correct. Going for an area to block that ball, going for the dunk, however, he's beaten by Dash. Now it's Sora on the backward, trying to make that clear, but DRZ keeping up the pressure. Lois Raptor with an awkward attempt to clear out the ball. Now Dash onto D. Lynch, trying to center it for his mate. Is DRZ up? He is, and he puts it on, and that's a really good pass play, I would say, and it's only one goal for them to tie the game up.
What an outstanding team play, Broken. Everybody involved in that play. A very well-constructed goal. And seeing these last couple of plays, if I was Team Luxembourg, the alarm bells would be ringing, because suddenly Fort Templar, who've been behind the whole game...
Oh my word! Yeah, they realized, hey, we kind of have to win this game, right? And it's D-Lynch going for the air dribble bump, just bumping Kuro out of his position, and they tied this game up, and I'm really surprised about that.
Savage and brutal, what a play, and look at this, Fort Templar behind the whole game. Suddenly they've leveled up, and they might just be taking a lead. Look, maybe they all turned on their controllers because suddenly they don't look like they're being troubled by Luxembourg.
They really aren't. However, it's now Sora trying to make a play to redeem himself because throwing a 3-goal lead that really hurts. So you might see some pressure coming off from Luxembourg, although the game is just tied up. However, I'm pretty sure they do not want to go into overtime with this one.
Oh, look at this. What a save by Dash there. Yeah, and it's a tough, but we've all been there. You give away 3 goals and then suddenly you start rushing things a little bit, and the play that had worked so well for you up till that point kind of goes out the window a little bit. But it does look like, Broken, we are going to have a game 1 overtime.
Well, Ari, the ball is still up. It's Steelage going for an air triple once again. However, you're right. He let it drop, and game 1, first overtime. We might see more of these, I'm not sure. However, it's Dash trying to make it the third one. However, Kuro had time to control this ball for his team.
Oh, Savage play in the midfield in front of the goal. Oh, it almost worked out there, Broken. All right, Broken, quick prediction. How long will this overtime be?
1 minute 35, and Templar will win it by a bump goal, I don't know.
Okay, fine. 1 minute 35. Okay, well, let's say I'm gonna go with a minute 15. Oh, here we go. Under pressure at the back there. Oof.
Ooh, Dash with an attempt, however, the shot was weak. Now it's Lowe's Raptor trying to beat the first defender, however, not enough pressure coming after that. Well, now it's Kuro going for the dunk, however, he had no boost at all. Now Sora with an attempt to pass onto his mate, however, it was short for Kuro. Now maybe the counter opportunity, but no, Lowe's Raptor has other ideas. He's trying to put it far, and Delic with the save gets his savior medal for this game. And Delic with another save.
Broken, we've seen 4 consecutive opportunities for Team Luxembourg. They haven't been able to put any away, and this is very dangerous for them. They might come to regret those missed opportunities, but they avert the counter-attack, and now they're coming forward again, although Dash brings it immediately. Okay, that's going to go back and forth for a bit, but Luxembourg had good chances.
And yeah, there's a shot attempt from Dash, however, it's a bit too high. Now the counter opportunity, and that was a big chance for them to get the first game going. However, now it's Luxembourg trying to get the pressure back, which they had for the first minutes of the game. The ball is not that dangerous because Delic was there on the line. Those Raptor trying to block this ball once again. And Dash with a beautiful pass into the middle for Delic. However, that shot is not really dangerous either.
Well, look at this, Broken. We were both wrong with our predictions. We're into the 3rd minute of overtime. None of them have been able to find a way through to break the deadlock. Opportunity here for Templar. Nice little clear there. And we've fallen into a bit of a pattern. An attack on one side, the team defends, takes it the other way, but an open net shot. Oh my goodness, Broken. That was almost game over.
Yeah, it was, and it was Kuro with an important clear right there. So TRC putting it high once again. As I was talking, he had to make sure to get that touch before the ball was continuing for his goal, because he would not have enough speed if he let it roll any further. So that was a great save from him right there.
Oh, Diaz. Oh, my goodness. Some very close opportunities coming on both sides of the field, but neither can find a way through. Both teams seem to have lost their touch in front of the net to snatch it past the last man, and Kuroi doing, that's about the 3rd or 4th dive, save in front of his net that he's had to do to get it clear. Keep his team in the game.
Pass, but not. Yeah, there was the pass attempt, however, his mate's not ready for that. But still, you see the ideas coming through, right? You see, even after 3 minutes of overtime, they're trying to keeping their heads cool and going for these passes. So that's what might give them the edge. Right here and right there, and it's Lynch to put it in.
Excellent, superb finish. Sora tracking back, and I think right there he let the ball out of his sights, and the D-Lynch up for the finish. So you were half right with your prediction there, Broken. It is for Templar Academy that take game number 1. But wow, 5 minutes of regular time and around 4 minutes of overtime. That was quite a game. And maybe, just maybe, this will be a little closer than we might have thought. But Team Luxembourg still to take the one game that you predict they will take. They don't take it now. But look at the shots they've broken on both sides, both having many opportunities on the opponent's net.
Yeah, well, we have to remember we have seen Luxembourg being up 3-0 at one point of this game, right? And it was still Academy coming with that comeback into the overtime, and they still pulled it off. So that's a huge confidence boost for them. And we might see Luxembourg a little bit more demotivated going to the next game. However, it's really important for them to not get into reverse sweep territory.
Yeah, well, let's see if they can put that behind them, because it will be very disappointing. I mean, halfway through the game, they were cruising 3 goals ahead. They must have been thinking, okay, we got this. We're going to go into game 2 ahead. They not only gave up 3 goals, but then lost it in overtime. So they're going to have to put that behind them and come out swinging in game 2.
Come out swinging, and once again, or as always, rather saying, it begins with the kickoff now. Dash trying to get control of the ball, goes for the flip reset attempt, I guess. He was just faking out his opponent. Now it's Stevenage up in the air, high, looking for his mate. Kuro on the back row. Just getting a far clear. Yeah, so at this point, what you want to try as Luxembourg is to kind of forget the last game, right? Because they were doing stuff right with that lead. However, the last few minutes were not going into their favor, so we'll see how it will be seen in this game.
Oh, an opportunity here is going to be saved, but you know, they looked really, really good in the opening of that last game, and we're not seeing the same from them here. Oh, my word. Kuroi again in front of the net. How many saves has this man had to put on for his team? They looked very good going forward. They were moving forward as a team. Their touches finding each other. Now it's a little bit scrappy, just trying to get it away from the goal line and boom it forward. And it's not working out for them here. They're under a lot of pressure at the moment.
Yeah, the 4 Templars doing a great job to try to keep up the pressure. However, the counter opportunity was there. Kuro off the crossbar, really good attempt from him, but now the goal is open and if Dash can make it work, what a redirect from Dash!
You know what, it's tough to see. The clearance was fantastic, but my word, the touch on that redirect, getting it with his wheels and touching it in, fantastic work. And I worry about Luxembourg now, because they had a golden opportunity and it got banged off the crossbar. And it's those small opportunities that kind of add up when you miss them, and then you get counted on like that. Well, now they're struggling, but a mistake from Lynch almost gets things leveled up. But it is 4 Templars still ahead. Is this it? Oh, my word, Kuroi again broken, my word.
Yeah, and with every save it gets more uncomfortable for them, because they have to waste so much boost to get into those positions back. So, as nice as these saves seem, it will only hurt them if they continue to play like that and give poor Templar so much space to shoot the ball with such control. So it's Kuro.
No, yeah. Listen, it's certainly good to see, and Kuro is keeping his team in, but it's a problem. The fact that he's being put in the position where he has to make these saves, you know, every 20 seconds he has to pull out a save. It means they're not in attack, but a mistake from Kuroi by opportunity almost for Kuroi. They're broken.
Yeah, there was the attempt, and if his mate would have pushed a bit more upfield, then he might have been getting the touch. But yeah, the chances are coming through a bit more than in the beginning. However, 4 Templar kind of laid back after the first goal right in this game, so we'll see how that will play out. It's Dash getting a sweet pinch off the wall to clear it out. However, Lewis Raptors booming it back with the exact same speed. Now it's a back and forth again, trying to get something going. However, the goal is empty, and if Lewis Raptor had a bit more precision on that shot, it could have tied up the game.
And there you go, Broken. Another example of that for Luxembourg. They have got, when they're presented with an open net, your shot has got to be on target. You know, by this stage in the last game, there had been 4 goals already. There's only 1 in it, so it is still very tight. And yeah, Team Luxembourg have faced the most pressure, but they have opportunities. Can they finish? Oh my word! The post, the crossbar, everything but the net, Broken.
Yeah, and it's these situations where the game gets decided, right? You get 2 perfect opportunities to tie up this game and put it into potential next overtime. However, you seem to not have the precision, or I don't know what went wrong there actually, but that might hurt them in the end.
Well, it's hurting them already. They've got less than a minute. They trail, but only by 1 goal. They've got the... As long as there's only 1 goal in it, you're in the game right until the final second, but they've got to make something happen now. What an important touch there from Loris Raptor to get that away. Kuroi, who's been a hero in defense, but can't find a way through in attack. Now there's clock pressure on top of everything else, Broken. They've got 30 seconds to find at least 1 goal. They're going to have to get at least 2 to win, of course. But, oh, this is looking tighter and tighter.
Yeah, it is. However, Sora trying to make an attempt. 1 last effort to tie this game up. Well, Sora unfortunately missing the ball, and it's just bouncing off in the half of Templar Academy, who will now have the control of the ball, and an open net shot from DRC. However, he missed as well, but it will not be a factor for this game, as the ball is at 1 second still up in the game. However, we might see a clear coming off right now. No, it's still up. Okay, there it is.
That is a very, very tough game. I mean, a 1-goal game, Broken, and it's got to be really tough for Luxembourg right now. They had opportunities. They had open nets to shoot at. They hit the crossbar. They hit the post. And they will feel like, you know, they were never out of it. But at the same time, and it sounds weird, they were never quite in it. But now they are in reverse sweep territory. And as optimistic and enthusiastic as I am, Broken, I don't know if a reverse sweep is possible here.
Well, Luxembourg still have to get 1 game, right? So this game seemed closer. The statistics show as well. Both teams with 6 shots, so there was the chance for Luxembourg to actually win this game as well. Both games just with 1 game differential, so maybe it's not over yet, but yeah. In general,
it's a tough call. I think it's mostly just more going to be a mental battle than anything else. Mechanically out there, they're not being dominated by Fort Templar, not by any means, but they just can't get past them. I mean, their opening 2.5 minutes of this series was fantastic, but it's been a struggle for them ever since.
Yeah, and they haven't scored since since the first game in the first 2 minutes. So we yet have to see it go, because in game 2 they went with 0. So let's see.
And let's not forget that there was nearly 4 minutes of overtime in that first game. So it was 3-7. They've gone 12 minutes without scoring. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. And DRZ trying to get something going. I don't know what that was. However, Dash with a good block, converting into a shot. DRZ putting it high for his mate, but Dylan not reading it off quite well. It's Kilroy with a great pass onto the outside. Follows Repton, can set up something nice. Goes for the pass to Kilroy, who just missed the ball, and there it is once again, a great opportunity. However, not really converted pretty well.
And now, surely, what an important touch away. I thought finally Luxembourg would get on the board, but it's not to be. And here comes Desh. Wow, taking it across the field. It doesn't come to anything, but oh man. Okay, well, regardless, it is close. Oh my word.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Dash onto DRZ right there. We see them making more plays than Luxembourg. So we can clearly see why they're the favorites in this game. Now it's on to Kurai trying to get something going with a huge clear. However, it's easily controlled by DRZ, flipping it over. The first opponent goes for a second. The goal is empty. However, Kurai should be there in time to make the save. Indeed, goes for the counter opportunity. Loris Raptor with the shot, just cleared by Djinic now. Still the shot opportunity from Sora, but not precise enough. Loris once again is up, but it's Dash with the pre-jump save. Man, the defense is just way too strong, it seems.
Well, Broken, it almost seems like the gods have decided Team Luxembourg will score no more tonight. I mean, they are pummeling the net, but it's either someone in defense or the post or the crossbar that stops these goals.
Yeah, it's the fourth defender, man. You can't do anything about it. Once he gets into the games, then there's no comeback from that. No Djinic.
And you know what was really encouraging to see from Team Luxembourg in that opening 2.5 minutes of the series was when they were hitting the ball, when they were going forward, they seemed to be doing it with purpose. They weren't just banging the ball, and they've lost that. And now it's just goal line clearances and trying to boom it forward, trying to get it out of their half. And it's very scrappy, and then on top of it, when they have that opportunity, they're not putting it away. D. Lynch saving yet another attempt on goal by Luxembourg.
That was such a moment like this. Dash now scoring once again a counter attack after, I believe it was Loris Raptor just losing that ball out of his control. But while the attempt before, the shot attempt from Sora, I believe it was, yeah, he shot it from like half field, I believe. However, there was still Kurai whom he could have passed, right? So it's like little situations like this which decide the game, which show who has the better mentality overall in this game, to not just rush into the goal because seeing he has a clear shot on that.
Yeah, and I guess it comes down to finding a way through when you have an opportunity. And look, I mean, last game it was only one goal, and so for Templar only scored once. They had a lot more opportunities, 6 shots on net. So it's not like they've got an amazing record, but all they need to do is convert once more than Fort Templar, and that's what they did. Then Luxembourg, and that's what they did in that last game. And now they're one game ahead. And again, we see Luxembourg like now having to snatch at the game, to rush it, to push it, to find a goal. Look at that.
Well, now it's the chance for Sora to put it high. However, it's Dash making that save. And, well, it was Templar also struggling with an open net right there. So maybe now is the turnaround moment for Luxembourg. But Kurai wasn't able to get the shot going right there. Now it's Sora onto the middle. However, it's cleared easily by DRZ. He goes for the air dribble, trying to get as much car behind the ball as possible. So Djinic has time for that air dribble right now. Even gets the block, and it's 2v1 situation. DRZ goes for the 50, but it's just 4.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a tough day at the office for Team Luxembourg. 10 seconds to go, and I don't know where they find a goal. Broken. They've tried, they've knocked on the door, they've created openings, they've not taken it when they've had it, and it looks like they're going to be punished. And punished they are, Broken. And I know you predicted 3-1 on stream, just before stream. You said, I think it's going to be a sweep. You were not wrong, sir.
Well, in the end, Luxembourg still pulled off a great effort, right? They only lost every game by 1 goal, so it was just by that small margin, right? Those small little mistakes in offense, because in defense they were really strong. So.
But is that better or worse, Broken? Is it better to go, well, we lost to a team that were just too good for us because they beat us 5-0, 6-1, and 4-2. But they led 3 goals. They gave up a 3-goal lead, lost by 1, and then just 1 goal in each of the remaining games. It's not like they were run over, but they just couldn't get there.
And to come back to that question, right? In general, yeah, well, right after the game, you're still demoralized, right? You lost, and you don't really care how or about the way you lost. Well, maybe in 1 or 2 days they realize, hey, we still put off a strong performance, right? However, however, here comes a problem. That might have just been their ticket gone for a playoff spot because now they're in a really comfortable situation in the table. So that might have been the last attempt for them because with just 2 Ws after 6 series and well, now We Be Dreams in 4th place with 3 out of 3 wins. That might have been the end for Luxembourg when regarding them to go for playoffs. Yeah.
And perhaps it is, but then it becomes, okay, what do we learn from this, and how do we get better as a team, as individual players going forward? Rocket League is hard. We've all gone through phases where you go, you know what, I'm uninstalling this game, I hate it, I'm terrible. But then we pick it up the next day, we're back in, and we come grinding. And no doubt, Team Luxembourg and their players will do the same. Perhaps they have a fantastic run and they squeak into the playoffs. Maybe not. Either way, they've got to move forward from this and find a way to go forward and build on it.
Yeah, on the other side, we have for Templar Academy now continuing their clean sheet with the 4th win and after their 4th series, which should put them at the top of the table. So congrats to them because they, while only by a small margin, they just showed why they were the favorites in the series and why they deserve this win.
Well, and let's not overlook that. They took this in a sweep. They played very well. They came from a very fantastic start by Luxembourg to overcome it, win that game in overtime, and then breeze through the other games. Yeah, the margins don't matter. In the end, they took it in a 3-game sweep. They have an unbeaten record, four series, 4 wins. So they will take a massive amount of confidence from this going forward.
Yeah.
And
while talking about going forward, we still have a game, right? It's at least for my time, it's 10 p.m. I'm not sure about you. Maybe it's 9 p.m. for you. So
no, it's exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on the same time zone in the world.
That's
all right. So that's Raw Esports versus Disconnected Esports, and we'll be bringing you that in like 28 minutes.
Yeah, see you then.